Next we have the women's 1,500 meter final. 11 athletes go in the women's 1,500 meter final. With Yoginder Singh of Malaysia, Thi Oanh Champolto of Thailand, Fatima Orojo of Timor-Leste, the defending champion and multiple gold medalist at the SEA Games, Nguyen Thi Oanh, goes for Vietnam, Gita Sivaraja of Malaysia, Kiara Karani Nurul Al-Pasha goes for Indonesia, Bo Samnang of Cambodia, who ran in the 5,000 meter, Thieng Am Bui of Vietnam, Ko Chui Ling of Singapore, and from Laos, Lot Kao Intakuman. Ai Ong of Myanmar is a DNS for this final. So the women's 1,500 meter final is underway. And in the early stages, expect Nguyen to allow the runners around her to do a little work. She won't go to the front, but when she does hit the front, expect it to be absolutely explosive. She is phenomenal when she gets into her stride. She'll just find a good rhythm and a good tempo behind the other athletes, whoever chooses to lead in the early stages of this race. But then she is the danger athlete. To try to catch her over this distance is going to be an absolute struggle for any other athlete in the field. There are some that are going to try, including Singh, who leads for Malaysia in the early stages, and Orojo of Timor-Leste, who's up to the front. But already going to the front is Nguyen. So the early signal is that she's going to increase the pace in this race. Maybe she's just laying down the marker for the others. In effect, she is using the pace as a warm-up for the 3,000 meter steeplechase final, which is to be run later in the session. And look at this lead from the woman who won gold at the 2023 Asian Indoor Athletics Championships to Nguyen is not taking any chances, and she is dictating terms. She is completely imposing herself on all the other athletes in the field. Singh is leading the chasing group, but there's absolutely no chasing going on. They are falling further and further behind. She is running her own race at the moment. You would say this is dangerous sometimes, but she's well capable of smashing the SEA Games record, which is set all the way back in 2007 by Vietnam's Hang Truong Tan. 2 laps to go. And she is leading by over 25 meters at the moment. That lead is going to be extended to a good 50 meters by the time she comes round to the second bend, and with 600 meters to go. Such strength and power. A 400-meter athlete who has some speed, and she's certainly helped Vietnam to great success in the relays, the 4x400 relays in the past, and the 4x400-meter mixed relays. But she dominates over the 1,500 meter and 5,000 meter, and indeed in the last 2 editions in the 3,000 meter steeplechase. The chasing group are a long way behind. Thi Oanh Champolto of Thailand and Ko Chui Ling of Singapore will be challenging for podium places, but there's absolutely no doubt about the champion here, because she can hold on. She's got plenty of endurance as she takes the bell. 1 lap to go now, and a lead of well over 50 meters for the Vietnamese star. The pace started rather sluggishly, and Nguyen was having none of it. She's leading by approaching 100 meters. This is just a show of dominance. It's an exhibition. And somebody who has claimed gold and glory for Vietnam on numerous occasions, not only at the SEA Games, but on the grander continental stage. Having just won the Asian Indoor Athletics Champs over this distance as well. Coming round to the final 100 meters. She began her SEA Games career in 2017 with a couple of individual medals when she won the 1,500 meter and 5,000 meter titles in Kuala Lumpur in 2017. She won the double again in 2019. She won the double again last year in front of her home fans, and she's claimed the double again as she wins the women's 1,500 meters in such dominant fashion that the challenge for silver and bronze comes nearly 100 meters behind. Goh Chui Ling of Singapore has the bronze medal, but the gold medal was never in doubt from the earliest stages of this race. There is Goh Chui Ling of Singapore, a bronze medalist at the last edition, claims bronze again in this race. And Vietnam's Thi Oanh trying to keep pace with her compatriot is difficult. She's got the steeplechase to come, so she'll make her way to the call room as well now. Champion of the women's 1,500 meters for the fourth successive SEA Games. Thi Oanh. Over a dozen gold medals at the SEA Games. Representing Vietnam, coming to the finish line second, Thi Oanh of the last edition's host nation. It was always going to be a challenge in the women's 1,500 meters to see if anybody could keep pace with the phenomenal athlete that is Nguyen of Vietnam. And from the earliest stages, she decided that she was going to go. The pace was too slow for her liking, and she picked it up phenomenally. After a very sluggish opening lap, she decided she would hit the front and she would streak away at her own pace in her own time. Having won the women's 5,000 meter in dominant fashion, she would take the bell in the women's 1,500 meter, the lead of over 50 meters. By the time she would come around the second bend, that lead would grow to nearly 100 meters. A quite phenomenal effort by Nguyen Thi Oanh, and claims her fourth consecutive 1,500 meter, 5,000 meter title. That double is a phenomenal achievement at the SEA Games. Thi Oanh of Vietnam with the silver medal, and Singapore's Goh Chui Ling having a fine bronze medal in the race. Never any doubt as to who the champion would be.
We have 2 more minutes remaining. Up next, 3,000
Result in the women's 1,500 meter final. It was never in doubt as to who the gold medalist was. Thi Oanh of Vietnam ahead of Thi Oanh. Goh Chui Ling of Singapore claiming a fine bronze medal, 4:26.33. A new personal best for the Singaporean, a new national record as well